So yesterday was the fourth day in the preliminary hearing for Tyler Robinson, who's accused of murdering Charlie Kirk last September as he was doing one of his debate-style events on a campus in Utah. And let me just say, this will be the very last time I ever tune in to watch a preliminary hearing because I think they're boring as hell. I do. I can't spend hours watching all of the lawyers argue with each other. Yes, they decided that this part would be televised and there would be a group in the room and there would be things that would be published. And then the judge has the discretion to say these things shouldn't be seen today in front of this group or in front of the press, because these are things that if they got out could be prejudicial against Tyler Robinson getting a fair jury. What we should have done was just close the freaking preliminary and not had to deal with any of this and then go to trial like we know it's going to go to trial. We should have closed the preliminary, but they didn't. So now we have to spend endless hours with, I think it's 3 or 4 attorneys from the defense side. There's 3 or 4 attorneys from the prosecution side. There's an attorney there to represent like a conglomerate of press and media people. And then there is a lawyer that's there on behalf of the Kirk family, which I think by that they just mean Erica, because I think she was the one that was pushing for it to all be public. So what ends up happening is, yes, we're stuck. If you're trying to watch this on court TV, there are hours of these people just sitting around arguing, saying if this next piece of evidence or this next witness or this video or this picture can be shown today in court in front of all of these people, or does it just get submitted into evidence to maybe use later at trial? So we're stuck listening to all of these arguments. It's brutal. It's just, this is why you never want to see how the sausage is made. I would much prefer we just go to trial and then everything comes in at that point, and I'm much more engaged at that point. This is just me. This is personal. I get it. I've been frustrated all week. But yesterday they showed the video of the second interview with Lance Twiggs. Lance Twiggs is the former roommate of Tyler Robinson. They were living together at the time of Charlie Kirk's death. According to Lance Twiggs, he received text messages from Tyler, and Lance asked him, like, did you do it? The text allegedly from Tyler that says, yes, I did it, I'm sorry. So they're taking that as his confession. He's not yet filed a plea. At this point, Tyler Robinson has not said if he's guilty or not guilty. So we don't know how this is going to go. There's some that say you do this preliminary hearing so the state can go look at all the evidence we have against him and we're going for the death penalty. And then Tyler Robinson, like many others, may go, okay, I plead guilty to avoid the death penalty. That could be what's happening here. I don't know if Tyler did it or not, but what I would say, this is probably the biggest murder case that the state of Utah has seen. I mean, they've had some whoppers, right? We just went through Corey Richens. They had Lori Vallow. Like, they've had some really big, high profile things, but Charlie Kirk was a celebrity, right? And so it's bigger. And the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, teamed up with the SBI, the State Bureau of Investigations, to put all the pieces together. So my belief is that they would have had a lot of manpower and a lot of funding to pull evidence together. And then, I'm gonna say it again because I've said it in the last 3 videos, hire some fucking experts who will come in and explain to all of us and the judge and all the people in the court what this evidence means. And so again, I feel like the evidence that they're putting forward is pretty lackluster. And I know some of you come in the comments and said, you're only saying that because you didn't like Charlie Kirk and you want Tyler Robinson to go free. I don't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. Like, what I mean that is by, it doesn't matter if I like him or not. He was murdered in broad daylight and he deserves to have answers as to who killed him. I'm covering this like I do any other murder trial. If Tyler Robinson did this, then great. Convict him of it. Put him into a trial, let a jury of his peers decide, give him a fair trial, bring all the evidence you've got, and prove your case. But if you can't prove it, then this might not be the kid. That's all I'm saying. He deserves to go to court and find out what you've got against him. That's our right as an American citizen. And what I've seen so far, maybe, some people are watching this and like, oh yeah, this makes sense. He did it. He's the shooter. He did it. His DNA was on the towel and this and that and other thing. And that's him running across the thing. And look, he had the gun down his pants. And there's people that see all this evidence and immediately go, yep, he's our guy. I'm not one of those people. I was waiting because they've been talking about the Lance Twiggs video all week, and then this is what we get. Again, this was recent. This is April. You've got state funding for one of the biggest murder trials you've probably ever tried. You've got federal funding, right? And this video looks like a hostage video from 1987 filmed on some grandma's camcorder. You couldn't pay a few dollars for a camera operator to come into the room and actually have a real video? Something that's close up, where the lighting's not so bad, you can't even see his mouth moving. And this is why they did the video. Because I hate to break it to you, this kid's gonna suck on the stand. I'm not a defense attorney, but if this kid was sitting in front of me and I had to question him, and he was like, oh, he just texted me. The defense is claiming that the interviewer was leading with some of his questions. Well, I think you have to be. Because for a minute there, I thought this kid didn't speak English. I was like, what is happening? He's a college-age 20-something kid, and he can't even open up his mouth and enunciate a full fucking sentence. Now, I can get that maybe there's FBI in the room and he's scared to death and he's just like, he's like paralyzed with fear. This kid is gonna get eaten alive on the stand, and I think they know it. I think they know it. He's the linchpin. He's the one person. That text message is the one thing that they've got that Tyler says, I did it. And this is the witness. So I want this to go to trial. I want this to go to trial. I hope after this is over, Tyler Robinson says, I'm not guilty, and we go to trial. Maybe, and maybe he did it, and maybe he'll be found guilty. But let me tell you this, those two cops, first two cops, and this kid as on the witness stand, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for a jury to get there. So, just my opinion. Today is the day where the defense gets to call in a couple witnesses. I think they're supposed to call two, and they're both ATF people. So I think they're going to testify that whatever bullet or whatever something was found in Charlie Kirk's neck from the medical examiner, what I've heard, this could just be rumors in the press, that it doesn't match the ballistics of Tyler's gun. Rumor. They wouldn't be calling him for the defense if what they had to say wasn't exculpatory. So here we go. I'll watch and I'll probably check in later and just keep coming back.